Welcome to the Power Connect webinar, brought to you by the BA Lab.
Good evening, BAs, aspiring BAs, colleagues, friends, and welcome to tonight's edition of the BA Lab PowerConnect. Building a professional relationship with someone more experienced that will help you develop your skills, knowledge, and abilities can be a tricky affair. And to help make this less tricky, we will be talking about the power of mentorship. And as always, to help us decipher this topic, my co-hosts, Rieta and Z, who's behind the scenes. And we have somebody special with us, a guest by the name of Mo Sayed. If you don't know this name, let me give you a brief insight of what this man is all about. Mohammed is a seasoned business analyst, a consultant with extensive experience in digital transformation, financial systems, and mentorship. He has played a key role in major strategic initiatives, guiding teams through complex challenges while fostering a culture of collaboration and innovation. He is passionate about mentorship. Mohammed has helped many professionals grow in their careers by sharing his knowledge, insights, and leadership experience. Welcome, Mo.
Thank you. So kind, AB. Thank you for the wonderful words.
Fantastic. It's all true. Let's start with what mentorship is. I know for me, mentorship is about holding somebody's hand in the professional setting and guiding them to becoming their best self by offering them experience, the experience that you have in your professional career, and really guiding them towards whether it's studying towards the right stuff, but pushing them to develop their skills and hone their skills to becoming the best version of themselves in the environment that they can be. What would you say, Mo, is your experience in personal mentorship?
I think my experience is, first of all, I want to take you through basically how I stumbled across mentorship. Back in the days when I started working, I didn't know the concept of mentorship. I started working at the age of 19, and I just went through the paces. I thought, I was working for one of the big insurance companies, thought I had a good job. And I didn't know the concept of mentorship, but I knew that I wanted to grow. So I started looking around, saying, who can I sort of leverage off or discuss or talk to say, what's my next step? So I was in an admin role, playing admin role, processing claims. Then I looked at the person higher than me. Okay, it's manager. Then I was like, oh, do I really want to manage people? I see what grief I give my manager. Then I was like, nah, that's not my. But what I realized is that I was good at problem solving. So then I used to engage with a lot of the IT people, the IT teams. Then I realized my natural knack is problem solving. Then I started looking at how I started off looking at mentorship or understanding what mentorship is, was basically having conversations with people that were in positions that I sort of want to aspire to. So I would say mentorship or starting mentorship is discussions that you have trying to unlock or understand where do you want to go. You know in your mind that you want to grow. That's where mentorship starts. And having those discussions with people that you want to aspire to.
Fantastic. I mean, as well in the mentorship space, you find there are different kinds of mentors, and it's not just the mentorship that's important, but the relationship that you create, because it's not just about guiding somebody, in their professional life, but it's about helping them in their personal life, arrange their life so that they are able to achieve these goals. I mean, you have to set aside time, to achieve certain things, change a bit of some habits to be able to, to channel your life in such a way that you're able to become that best version of yourself. And what would you say that is the impact that a mentor has had in your life? I know I've had many mentors, and the impact that mentors really had in my life, you included, is that they were very critical, but critical in a way that you are able to look at your mistakes and be able to correct them without feeling like less of a person than you were. Finding that that way of talking that kind of encourages you to improve instead of breaking you down as a person.
Yeah. So on my side, what I would say is mentorship is changing the mindset. It's ability to change that person's mindset. The person knows they want to. The fact that they're approaching you and speaking to you, meaning that they want to grow. They want there's an aspect of their personality or the way they are that they want to grow. So it's about sharing your insights, your knowledge, your experience, and changing the mindset of that person to either a growth mindset or to be able to look at things differently. Because I believe the key to mentorship is not, you can say, okay, this is what you need to do to become a BA in the next 2 years. These are the courses that you need to go. But it's that mindset for them to be self-motivated, to get up in the morning and do those things in order to reach those goals. So like you say, getting to understand the person on a personal level, and the mentor and mentee must align in certain ways. I had plenty mentees that we never aligned on a personal level, personalities clashed, and it never went forward because you have to have a connection with your mentee. Yeah, so those are sort of the things. I think the main thing for me is changing their mindset, making them see, and also understanding how they live their life. Because living their life, their day-to-day lifestyle also impacts whether you grow or not grow. If you come and work only 8 hours and you want to become a CIO, but yet after you log off for the day, you're going and partying and stuff, but that, how are you going to achieve what you want to achieve? So my discussions with my mentees is getting to know the person on a personal level, and yeah, trying to change their mindset. It's enabling independence, enable critical thinking, and take out the leadership in them. Try to build leadership within that person. Yeah.
And definitely, I hear what you're saying. I mean, they definitely have to be ready to want to learn. It's one thing for a mentor to want to give the advice and give the guidance, but if the person is not ready to receive that information and to receive the guidance, it's really all for nothing. And I think that's the crucial role, and they have to be, ready to absorb that information. And I think not only in the profit, like at work, but also with the skills development. As you said, it takes more than just the 8 hours at work. When you get home, you have to be able to do the research, want to do the research, and then want to, improve your skills, hone those skills, even the practical experience, make those mistakes. But I also find that it's that fear that you take away to be able to do things and to make mistakes, because you don't really learn when you do them. But as a mentor, you have to encourage those people to make the mistakes, within the boundaries, of course, but they have to be brave enough to make mistakes and take action. And on that note, I just want to remind our listeners that we have a competition, and you should keep your eyes tuned on this until the end for the winner, and participate so that you can be viable for the prize. Okay, but let's talk about accelerating learning and really, developing your skills. It's in the workplace. It's one thing to learn, but how do you structure really the time of a mentee to say, okay, how this is the time that you should allocate to your learning, especially for somebody who comes in with a different lifestyle. I come in, I like the lifestyle, but at the same time, I want to become this business analyst, and I want to make things happen at work.
Yeah.
How do you guide me? What kind of talks do you have with me to be able to guide me into becoming that person?
Yeah, so what I usually do is to get to understand like like you say, the lifestyle. I mean, we don't want your mentee to become bored, and certain personalities can't like study or do everything, study and do courses the whole day. So you need to also be flexible as a mentor to understand your mentee's lifestyle and sort of find times where it's optimal for them for you to slot. So for example, if they are working 8 hours, in that 8 hours there's stuff that they can learn while on the job. So it's guiding them to say, use the 8 hours that you have optimally to learn a specific skill that you need to accomplish by end of whatever, by end of this month or end of next month. So it's optimizing that time. Also, as a mentor, you need to invest. There's certain mentees that will be easy for you to maintain. There's certain mentees that you need to put extra time. And those are the ones that actually, the ones that you spend more time with are the ones that actually become more successful because they appreciate the time that you're putting in. So normally for me as a mentor, I sort of plan around the mentees that need more sort of time, and you sort of subtly bring it in with them, so then they unknowingly know that they're actually changing their behaviors in certain ways. And the discussions are very open-ended, open and honest. Like, I mean, AB, if we take me and you for an example, I remember the discussion or coffee session we had at one stage, and out of that conversation, like you said about fear and trigger points, there was a saying that I used to, whenever I walk past you, I would say, I don't want to say it on the call, that would keep you on your toes. And
Yeah,
I'm sure every time you saw me coming past, you would like, hey, I need to do this. Mo said this,
yeah,
Mo said that. So those are the things I like to get involved with the mentors. And sometimes as a mentor, you don't get the time. You have your normal day to day, but planning is very important. If you're offering to become a mentor, you must know what it is or what it will take to to invest their time. So you need to put. So if you're saying I'm going to be your mentor, it's not just saying being your mentor and set up 1-2 meetings. You need to follow up on that meeting, follow up on the discussions. So then the person that needs more sort of effort will feel that, hey, this is going to work. This is going to work for me. This is going to, and then sort of naturally that conversation, and you'll see the person pick up speed. I don't know if that's sort of addressing what I'm diving into a lot of things as we talk, because naturally I'm just talking around some of my experience and remembering some of the mentees I dealt with.
yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, um, it's good to have that relationship where they know what is the mentee knows what is expected of them. Not just from their manager, but from them personally. You expect them to go the extra mile. You expect them to cover more work. You expect them to put in more time than anyone else, because that's what they really want to achieve. And I think the other thing that mentors really help in doing, especially when you have a situation where you are mentoring somebody who is not in the position where you are, uh, in a different way. I mean, if I'm a test analyst and I'm transitioning into business analysis, there needs to be a certain level of patience that I must be taught to say this is how long it's going to take, and you need to see your progress in
Yes.
the things that you do, how you improve. Not necessarily, you're not going to get the position tomorrow or the next day, or suddenly get
Yes. Yes.
but you need to have that patience, the level of patience to say, look, this is what we're celebrating your achievement in being able to analyze a problem, or you're able to read requirements, or
Yes.
those little things.
Yeah.
When you celebrate them, they give you that encouragement to say, okay, you're improving and you're getting to that promised land.
Yeah. So I think
And
also, just to jump in there, AB, when it comes to specific business analysis, for me, business analysis is problem solving. So someone that has a logical thinking and know how to solve problem in a systematical way naturally can transition into a BA role. So it's the art of not making it the BA role is document a requirement, do a process flow. It's more around the soft skills, the communication skills, because those things you can learn how to document. I mean, I remember when I started as a BA, and I read the first spec, and I was like, ooh, yo. You know what I mean? I was like, you, how am I gonna write this? How am I gonna? But as time goes on, you sort of understand that it's you adjust to your stakeholders, you understand. So those are the soft skills that you need to show, like an upcoming or test analyst that wants to move into to business analyst, that business analyst is not like rocket science. You need to understand the certain skills that you need to have, soft skills that you need to have, and the rest. I mean, in every day in life, people that work in the business are doing business analysis because they're analyzing their business, they're problem solving. So it's about taking out those skills that they already have and fine tuning and telling him, okay, these are the things that you need to do. So that's how I sort of go about that when someone's transitioning from a different role into business analysis specifically.
Mo,
definitely that yep.
sorry. So Mo, I just want to like ask you something. So we're talking now about transitioning, say for like a test analyst into a business analyst role. I think something important as a mentor is sometimes you need to have those hard conversations with your mentees as well. If you can see that they might not have the necessary skills to come into a BA role. And
Yes.
like I say, there are certain skills that you can teach them, but there's also some ways of thinking that is required that's not always, I want to say, naturally part of their thinking, the way of their thinking. And
Yes.
those difficult conversations are also part of being a mentor that we don't
Yes.
often talk about, and having
100%.
those difficult conversations with them.
Yeah, I think I had quite a few difficult discussions, but what really helped those discussions was the relationship that I have with the person. I built up this relationship. So when they saw me coming with this harsh feedback or sort of honest feedback of where you are, what's your level, they knew it's coming from a good place because of my relationship with the person. So handling those hard conversations, I mean, it's like having any hard conversation in life. Is the person that you're gonna be talking to needs to know that you're coming with good intentions, and it's for your own benefit. And I think, I mean, had I had multiple, I mean, I had to sort of tell one of my mentees that this is definitely not but you have to show them with facts, not just say that you're not going to cut it or you're not going to make it. It's because you need to, I mean, people work with facts nowadays. You kind of say, because, oh, Mo, because you are BA, you tell me I can't make it, but why can't I make it? So those discussions have to be very constructive. You have to be empathic. You have to understand how the first person is feeling. And also my understanding is there needs to be a time and place when you do it. I think that is the scene that you have those conversations, that need to be in an environment where it's safe. It's a good, you have a good vibe going around to break that sort of news. I don't know if I'm answering that, Rita.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely.
We know that Mo, you've mentored quite a lot of people. What would you say? What have you seen as the impact that mentorship has really had in somebody's life, especially the people that you've mentored?
Yeah. So impacts, my aim as a mentor for impact is not just someone progressing from a career point of view. Like, I mean, I've worked with a lot of mentees that are now managers, move from business into business as senior BAs, in a matter of short period. But the the thing that sort of the impact that I is that when you start seeing the change of the mindset, how they start talking back to you, from the first conversation that you had with them like a couple of years or a few weeks ago. So for me, the impact is where you able to change their mindset, and once you change that mindset or how they think, then the rest falls into place. So I think that's what I look from an impact point of view. If 6 months down the line the person's still thinking the same, then I know that I have to work harder, because based on my experience, sometimes it's my experience or what I've been through doesn't really relate to the person, because they're on a different level. I've mentored people that are older than me and are on different levels than me. So I also learned in that way. So the impact also on my side, there's an impact on the mentor as well, that you also need to, it mustn't be a one-way, it needs to be a two-way conversation where you learning as well. And when someone sees that, they say, you know what, I'm also teaching my mentor. So then the impact is on that person saying, I'm not only getting, I'm also giving. And then that becomes I've seen a lot of my mentees sort of, they body language changes, their motivation, their conversations, they sort of pass it on to their children. They sit with children, then have mentor sessions with their children. And then they come back and give me that feedback. So yeah, that's sort of the impact as a mentor that you want to have from my perspective.
So
But definitely.
Sorry,
Yes,
Avi, I just quickly want to add there. So I think Mo touched on an important thing. So I think the one or two important things actually for me is that just because you're a senior doesn't mean that you don't still need a mentor. I think there's always this thing of like only juniors need mentors. And that is so untrue, because as seniors, we can learn so much from those who are younger than us, that are more junior than us, because they are exposed to a completely different skill set than we are as well. They are more in tune with the newest technologies and all of that. I mean, I don't want to give away my age now, but I didn't grow up with cell phones and all of that. I don't know. My daughter only recently introduced me to TikTok and all of that. And the youngsters that come in, it's part of their life. It was always part of their life, and they can teach us so much. We should never ever dismiss what the juniors can teach us as seniors. We should never become so, I want to say, full of ourselves that we think we don't also need mentorship.
100%.
Just out of curiosity, more, how is it mentoring somebody that is a bit older? I mean, I know it might be a bit easier to mentor somebody who is younger, because because of the difference in age. It's easier to take up.
That's why,
more of a leadership role than when somebody is older. What is the difference there? What have you found?
I think that's the reason why I don't shave my beard, so I look older. No. Jokes aside, I think my angle on mentorship is always building a relationship where age goes out of the window. Everything else, experience and whatever, goes, because the key to mentorship is having a relationship with person, and having they must know more. I mean, they, even though he's younger than me, in my career, I know I worked with guys that were older than me, and sort of say, who's this young guy coming up the ranks? And it's not to take that personal. Don't take that personal. Try and break the ice. We're trying to find. So I always try and find a way to break the ice between someone older, and I don't make it about age. So the first conversation is very important when you mentor someone. So when they see you as coming as not a threat or someone that you think you're better than me, so that's your first conversation. I would think would be very important, no matter what age or level that person is. That the reason they reached out to you is because there's something that they're looking for or they're lacking. So yeah, that's sort of my take on that, of view on mentoring someone older. And I always go and say that I'm here to learn from you as well. So I'm here to also, so I sort of put down what I want to achieve, and how can that person, based on the experience, help me. So then it's a two-way conversation. Don't they forget about, hey, this guy is younger than me. Sometimes you can be younger, but your maturity level is sort of older than that person, and then they can relate to you, and yeah.
Yeah, I see Lufuna is commenting here, says that also a mentor should shape their perspective based on where the mentee wants to go in their career. This ensures that the guidance is aligned with the mentee's aspirations, making the mentorship more impactful. I think this is really true. Andre Nietling also says that, hi there. It's also important to understand how they think. This enables you to identify their gaps and to enable them right. Often, you also learn something new, which speaks to exactly what you were saying now.
Yes,
that
yes,
you learn from me, and I also learn from you. And I mean, I think the biggest thing there is that you grow to love what you do. The more you learn and the more you know, job satisfaction really increases, and that's the most important thing. I mean, you spend 8 hours of your day at your workplace, and you want to be in a place. You don't want to be in a place that makes you feel miserable. And the more you learn about things, especially when you have somebody there to guide you and to show you the ropes and help you, develop your skills, that gives you satisfaction. It gives you the encouragement to want to come back and be better each day as you come. And that brings about the promotions and that even better chance of success and better job satisfaction where you are, which not only benefits you as the mentee and the mentor. I mean, you must feel good. You must get a high when you see somebody you've mentored, make it or grow or become better every time. I'm pretty sure, just like it is when finishing a marathon, that feeling of having achieved is the same as having somebody you've mentored achieve something. It feels like your own achievement.
100%.
And I mean, I see talking about numbers, about 55% of businesses that have mentoring programs have had a positive impact in their profits. And that's a big number. That talks to how positive this is to the people that work in your environment. And when you have people that really encourage you to do better, you also want to do better.
100%.
But what would you say more are some of the reasons why mentorship trends or new approaches that professionals should be aware of? I know there are pitfalls, and as mentors as well, there are do's and don'ts. What would you say those are?
So I think, I mean, around trends and new approaches. I mean, this is the first time I'm on a webinar here, yet I've been mentoring for a long time. I mean, I'm from the old school. Touching or speaking to someone in person, I still tend to like to do that in person because then you can read someone's body language. But now the digital age is upon us. So there's virtual and digital mentorship. So you can mentor someone that is in America or in India or wherever. So, and then, I mean, there's stuff like we discussed before around reverse mentorship, where learning from a younger person, peer-to-peer mentorship, skill-based mentorship, which is all under the new approach, because you can't only go around how the person is from a personality point of view. Some people, they don't want to share those things. They want to say, okay, I want to be a BA. What is it that I need to get to? So then you do the analysis around what skills do they have, what are the gaps, give them that, do that analysis, the gap analysis around it. So that's called skill-based mentorship. So they don't want you to get into their life and understand how they do things. They want they want to become a BA or whatever. And that's now skills-based mentorship, where you mentoring someone based on their specific skill development that they need, rather than only career guidance. Yeah, so those are the sort of the trends and new approaches. Like I'm liking the digital one, because I don't like to get into a room with a lot of people and have these talks, because looking at some people, I mean, I sort of get nervous. But like here I'm sure on the other side of the call there's like over 100 people, but you can't see that, but you sort of comfortable in talking, and you're not sort of stuttering and nervous when you're standing, and you can see all these people looking, like 200, 300 eyes looking at you, and you're the focus point. So yeah, these are sort of the new. I think mentorship is taking the next level, because people that are sort of successful are not public speakers and like you, AB. We're not natural like you. So now this sort of digital virtual mentorship actually bring out those sort of mentors into the space.
How do you actually find a mentor? I mean, somebody has mentored you before, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, as much as you have the ability to seek out people who need
Yeah.
mentoring,
Yeah.
you must have somehow started somewhere by looking for a mentor, somebody who can guide you.
Yeah.
How did you go about that?
So for lack of a better word, I stumble across mentorship. So what happened was that I would sit at my desk, look at the organized org structure, and see, okay, let me set up a meeting with the CIO. So I'll have send him a mail, please, can I have a chat with you? So I'll have a chat with that person. And then I'll say, okay, so how did you get to understand because my personal growth was to move up or to get better, or because I get bored very quickly. So I would have like I would know what I need from that person. I would be proactive. So being proactive, I mean, setting up a call with a CIO, there's only two options: either the person will accept or decline. Then you move on to the next person. So I used to set up like maybe a lot of calls with a lot of people in the senior management, because I would want to understand their sort of journey, and then sort of see if there's any similarities there. And then I would also go on to LinkedIn, see people that are in like digital transformation. When I start moving into digital transformation, I went and searched for leaders in the digital transformation process, and send them a link to message and say, please, can you share your experience? Some, like maybe 200 won't respond, but there'll be that one person that will respond. So being proactive. A mentor should also be it should be like we're saying, a two-way relationship. So you will find that you'll have a discussion, you can see the person's not interested in the conversation, but you don't give up there. You have a conversation with the next person. So I was doing these things not knowing that I'm creating sort of a pattern. And then the person, then I would find someone that fits my criteria. Then I will set up a follow-up meeting. Then I will document some stuff and present to them to say, okay, this is where I want to go. Are you happy with it? Then the person will say, hold on. They'll send me a message. Or actually, those days they used to pick up the landline and call. And then I remember this call very, very clear. The CIO called me and said, Mo, I see you've been had now like 3 or 4 or 5 discussions now. Do you know that this is called mentorship? I say, excuse me, what do you mean mentorship? So that's how like I stumbled on mentorship, because I sort of said that I was proactive. I wouldn't go there empty-handed. I would go with information, so that person can sort of say, okay, Mo, you're on the right track or whatever. And also try to don't have only one mentor. Have a variety of people or mentorship styles. So then you also getting a mix of different flavors, and learning from more people. So I think that's how you would build a mentorship relationship. It's not easy. I mean, nowadays it's very easy. I mean, like this year now, you sort of linking up like hundreds of people to Mo at the moment, and then people are going to be linked. And now it's very easy to sort of find a mentor, but never give up. Be proactive, and those are the things that build a strong mentorship relationship. And the person will see that that person actually at the end told me, Mo, you've been so persistent. I haven't seen someone as persistent that you never gave up. And I was almost, I don't have time to actually mentor someone, but because of your persistency and the fact that you gave me little work to do, I'm willing to help you. So that's how sort of, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yes, Red?
Yeah. So I think it always helps if the mentee is prepared as well. You don't want someone to come to you and ask for help, but they're not even sure what they want. So I think it comes back to, if you want mentorship, you need to go there, you need to go prepared, but you have to ask. Like you said, the worst answer you can get is a no. And then you try the next one, and so you carry on. And then I just wanted to add to your question, AB. I think and other places that we as BAs also can find mentors is like the IBA, South Africa. their events, their WhatsApp group. I mean, there's a lot of networking events, not even just the IBA, like the BA Lab, any other industry event, and even like it doesn't have to be, like Mo said, it doesn't have to be a BA that you go to for mentoring. It depends on what skill you want to grow. So you can look within, but also outside of just your professional scope.
100%.
Let me just break you there. Z has a very special announcement for us. We're just going to scoot over to her, and then she's going to give us what she has in store for us.
Business analysis is evolving. Are you ready to elevate your career, innovate with new ideas, and lead with confidence? Join us on the 12th of April 2025 at the prestigious NH Hotel in Sandton for the BA Symposium, a one-day conference designed to inspire, empower, and connect business analysts like you. Get ready for an unforgettable experience featuring industry thought leaders, sharing insight that will redefine the future of business analysis. Network with fellow professionals, gain practical insights, and take your career to the next level. All for just $1499. Seats are limited, so secure your spot today. Visit theBALab.com to register. Elevate, innovate, lead. The time is now. See you at the BA Symposium 2025.
Sorry, AB, cannot hear you.
Yes.
Have somebody to really want to help you.
Sorry, Amy, we missed that.
Of that, we missed that. Let's go back.
Yeah, the BA gods were not happy with me there. To know my voice. But yeah, I was saying on your note, I think I agree with you that you really need to be proactive in the sense that you need to identify that you want to be in a space and want to have somebody to help you get there, and not be as arrogant as to think that you're going to get there by your own. You don't have the experience, you don't have the know-how to get there. I see Nari on the comments posted that what skills are required to becoming a great business analyst?
Is that for me to answer? I mean, in my perspective, I mean, through my career, I started in the business space, in the operations space, and one of the things that sort of made me a natural BA, if you call it, is my problem solving skills, and as well my communication skills. Communication skills is very important, because if someone cannot understand what you're saying, then you can't. I mean, your job is to do analysis of the business. So communication skills, I'll say, is great. One of the other things is, like I said, problem solving. I think now recently there's a lot of BAs in the market. So if you my personal advice, if you want to get ahead or you want to be, some technical skills will help you. That sort of, I mean, I was getting very bored as a traditional BA, just sitting and document user stories, functional requirements, and hoing it over the fence for the developers and testers to pick up. So I sort of built my technical skills, and then I got involved in solution designing and understanding how interfaces work. And I mean, for me personally, that sort of made me relative in the market, because I had business analysis skills, the soft skills, and then the technical skills that went with it. So I had, like, I mean, every week or so I would get like Are you available? This is we got a technical skill. So I sort of now open myself up to various roles, not just the business. So I'm just, if you're saying what is the skill for to become a great BA, is the communication skills, problem solving skills, and then when you mean great BA, there's various levels of BAs or kinds of BAs that you want to be. Yeah. So I would say that.
Yeah, fantastic. I see Sipo give us a comment there. He says that switch off emotions and switch on persistence, unwavering commitment, and watch the magic happen. Andriette also says that Modisana is resilience and adaptability, and I think that is a key thing to have. Right? What would you say, Mo, have been your biggest challenges, both as a mentor and a mentee? I mean, you've been both, and how did you overcome them? The challenges that you faced.
I think one of the challenges is finding time. I think at the point where I started taking mentoring serious, I was knee deep in a very big project at one of the big insurance companies, and I was struggling to find time, and that is where I sort of had to adjust and have to make time. I couldn't say that okay, I can only get to you maybe after a month. The person will lose interest first of all. So it's finding time management from a mentor point of view is very challenging. So I think that would be one of the challenges, and to negate that is to just make sure that you time manage. Make sure if you're passionate about mentoring, you'll make time. We make time to sit and watch a series, for example. If you have time to sit and watch a series, then you have time to have a chat with someone, even if it's a 10 minutes. You don't have time, you know what I mean? So I think that's, if you're very passionate, and I mean that's how I got around it. I know time is definitely a big factor, especially when you're balancing family time, work time, and demanding works, because as a BA you always, I mean, the projects that I worked on, it was very demanding, working 18 hours, 16 hours a day. But yeah, time, and then you'll find that your mentee will appreciate the fact that you're putting in the time. Yet you sort of, some days I had to hit a double Red Bull to get into my mentee session, because I knew I had a rough day helping AB with test cases.
Yeah, no, I mean it can be challenging, and I think it's even harder now. To mentor, like to have a relationship between your mentor and a mentee, mainly because we work in a very not just agile but hybrid environment where we come to the office maybe once or twice, and it can be a bit challenging navigating mentoring somebody that you can't see.
And
you
also,
and
also finding a mentor who aligns with your career goals and is willing to invest in. I remember at my point in time, like I said, through our discussions, that I had to talk to almost 100 people before I found the person, because the person will be exactly what I want, but then from a time point of view, they did not have time, and to get to all of a sudden make time for a stranger is difficult. So there's a lot of good people that I approach that just didn't align from a time point of view. So yeah.
And I think we just need to, when we get a no from a mentor, when we approach them, we shouldn't take it personal, because you don't know how many other people that person is mentoring at the moment, or what their workload is like at that moment. So it might also be a no for now and not just a complete no. So it's always worthwhile asking again in 6 months' time when the person might have a bit more capacity.
Yeah,
definitely.
100%.
No, definitely. Just a bit of a reminder, we have a 12-week mentorship program that will be starting on the 8th of March. So keep your eyes peeled until the end of the show. We will be intertwining this with the competition results that will be coming out soon. So, Mo, what qualities do you think really make a great mentor? what should mentors look for in a mentor as well?
Or red flags.
Yeah.
It's a very valid thing. We had that discussion in the office because you do spend a lot of time with your mentor, and you also don't want to pick up the habits. So it's a very
100%.
valid question.
Yeah, I mean, when I look for a mentor, when I was looking for a mentor, and when I still am mentored by someone, I look for someone that is a good human being first of all, that listens actively, understands that people that come from different lifestyles and been through different things in life, and the mentor must be able to provide honest feedback, inspire the mentee. I think that's one of I mean, when I got feedback from my mentees, a lot of them came back with this word: "You inspire me. You inspire me." And inspiring someone just changes that person to that next level, and then share real world experiences. I think as a mentor you need to share those like I don't mind showing the people that share my real life stuff, or how I came to Joburg with just a one bag on my back, and that was like 20 years ago, and I made it in life. So sometimes you have to be vulnerable to be able to share. So the person says that although Mo came from a simple background, but he made it in life. So share real life world experiences rather than trying to drown them in theory and say this is the things that you need to do. So I share a lot of when I mentor people, I share a lot of my personal life and how I balance my life, and I share like my personal things, because that's that. If you want to go into mentor, you need to do that, and challenge. Make sure that you challenge. You make sure that the mentor that you choose challenges you, because you don't want to end up where it's just a matter of ticking the boxes.
Yeah, I see there's a comment from Lebo Marie who says that I have been fortunate to have Mo as a mentor. He has not just taught me the technical skills needed for my role, but also how to approach challenges with a thoughtful and positive mindset. I see you have fans there. I mean, this is signs of some positive work that you've done there. And I mean, it ties to exactly what you were saying. So I cut you off.
And adding to the qualities, I think a lot of times our I mean the example of Sipo that made a comment earlier. Sometimes as a mentor, you work with a lot of people, and then you can pick up like Sipo would come to me a lot to ask me around certain things. He was from the business. He would come and ask me, okay, Mo, how do I do this? He'll show me something. And then that triggered something to me to say, Sipo reminded me a lot of myself when I started out. Then I sort of started that conversation to say, Sipo, do you realize that, I mean, Sipo went on to, there was some system, just to give some context, there was some system constraints that we couldn't deliver to the business. He went on and, because of our conversations, went on and built something within the business that worked for the business. Then I thought that Sipo just reminds me of myself. Then I triggered a conversation with Sipo. I said, Sipo, do you realize that you can make a very good BA or very good tester? Have you considered that? And when he chatted to me, saying, no, I want to become like a team leader, team manager. Then when he finally we sat down and we started talking, then he went on to the FTI, and then he's like, Mo, you changed my life. I didn't know that. And then 80% of what he was doing in business is what he naturally had as a BA. He was doing that. When he started going to the FTI BA course, he realized all of those things that he was doing in business, he's actually doing it in the class now. He's just formalizing it. And he said now he doesn't even want to think of becoming a COO. He's now moved on to that. And it was that quality that it triggered me to say that this guy is reminding me of myself. Let me have the courtesy of talking to him instead of ignoring it and whatever. So I think because of my experience as a mentor, where I was keep looking for someone, sometimes the mentor has to sort of see a person that fits a certain thing and have that conversation. It may not work out, but you can at least trigger something in that person that they can take forward.
Yeah, they must have that ambition. It's important to have that ambition. I mean, if you don't, what really are you aspiring to become? Yes, Rita, you were saying something?
So no, I just want to add there to what Mo said. Having those conversations with people when you see the potential in them, sometimes open their eyes to possibilities that they did not know was there for them. I know I have a couple of mentees where I also engage with them as administrators in business. You will make a great BA. And then they like, really? And it's like, you can see because you're used to your way of thinking. So you can easily see that in someone else. And like, you see potential in them. You can't make them do it. You can't force them to do it. But sometimes just mentioning to them and also just showing them that you believe in them will make them take that step that they would not normally have done without you approaching them and telling them that.
Yeah. How do you deal with people that don't want you? You mentioned before that there are people that want to be mentored, but they don't want you to delve into their personal time. They just want they're goal orientated. They want to become this. They want to show them the skills and get there. But then when you look at their work and what they should be doing, you realize that it's intertwined. You can't have one without the other. You need to refine and make time in your personal life to be able to accommodate your career goals. Is there a way you deal with something like that? Because it must be difficult to have that talk with someone.
I think that comes down to our discussions we had earlier around having that honest conversation. I mean, you have a pattern that worked for you and for certain people, and explaining them or making them, say, okay, let's go with what you're saying. You just want us to have like a skill-based mentorship, which is fine. We can go down the road of skill-based mentorship. But if you as a mentor believe that the other component plays hand in hand, you need to sort of unpack that slowly with the mentee, and show him, like in example, give him a task and say, okay, you want to do this, whatever, but now we had a deadline that you needed to meet from for example, learn SQL, for example, and you haven't met that. And then we'll go down and say, okay, why haven't you met that? No, I had a couple of functions that I had to attend, etc., etc. Then I'm like, okay, so now are you telling me that your lifestyle or that your commitment or lifestyle that you're having is not involved? You see, the reason why you haven't met that is because of so how can I help you? I can't help you. So what I do, I give my mentees 3 strikes. So yeah, and then I bowl you out, and then I actually have a closing. I give them like sort of a write up and my honest opinion, and steps that they need to follow, and sometimes it just doesn't work out from my understanding. But you have to land that message so that sometimes they will think about it, come back and say, okay, so you don't want to be harsh on the mentee as well, because when they do realize that certain things that I'm doing also is sort of making me not grow, then they will come back, because then they have that you haven't like slammed the door. They will come back and they say, okay, Mo, I was wrong, whatever it is. I had a few examples of that, and then it becomes an open door where you can now sort of just tell them, okay, you have to explain to me how do you live a life, how what's your daily plan look like, how when do you go to gym, do you go to gym, do you do X, Y, and Z exactly. So that becomes so hard love.
For me, it also goes back to the conversation we had about habits and all of that. If your goals and your habits do not align with what your dream is and what you want to become, you need to actually go back and have a hard look at, is that really what I want to become? Or is that just something that I see as a nice job or whatever? Because if it's really your dream, you will adjust your life to make that dream come true if that's really a priority for you.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, as a mentor, what you can do is, I mean, we all live in dreams. Sometimes I remember I had to go and study accounting. I mean, I went to Wits for 6 months studying accounting. But when I got to, because at that point in time, everyone was becoming the dream was CA. And then when I went and started understanding how it was too boring. I worked in also in an account in accounting division as a business analyst, and then I mean the accounting people and it just didn't gel with me. But I had to go into that environment because the big dream was to become a CA, most sayed CA. But when you go into and understand what they do, then it doesn't fit me. You know what I mean? I can't be sitting quiet and crunching the numbers. So sometimes as a mentor, you need to like say, okay, if you want to become a BA, go sit with the BA for a month. Ask the BAs in your team if you're still in business, tell them you want to join the JET sessions or whatever, and then go part as a buddy, go attend a meeting, go see what they do. And if you like that, then let's do it. But sometimes where it doesn't align, then they're like, hey, but Mo, I don't like the documentation, and I don't like to, I'm not a person to go stand up and challenge, and then people are asking questions around this, then you have to actually ask challenging questions, and you have to like address the COO, and I don't think I'm ready for that. So that as a mentor, you can also expose the person to when um, and not to like just shoot them down, but go and experience. If you want to become a BA, go and experience. Go to your IT department and ask them if you can attend a few things or live a life for BA for 1 day or 2 days.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Mo. I'm just going to pause for a little bit and tell our listeners about our 12-week mentorship program. So this is the Quantum Leap 12-week mentorship program, and this is what you should be expecting. It's designed specifically for aspiring and junior business analysts looking to gain practical and real-world experience in business analysis. What makes this program different? Unlike traditional mentorship programs that focus only on career advice, Quantum Leap offers practical application, ensuring mentees gain both theoretical knowledge and hands-on experience. We're talking about real-world business analysis applications, where mentees work on a single project over 12 weeks, simulating real workplace scenarios. Each session focuses on critical aspects of business analysis, progressively building skills. We also have structured learning and hands-on exercises. Sessions follow a structured format, 1-hour presentations on business analysis theory, 30 minutes breakaway practice exercises, and 30-minute discussions and reflections. Mentees get guided feedback from mentors and their exercises, improving learning outcomes. Exclusive access to the mentorship group where they can engage with other mentees and mentors for guidance during the course of the program is one of the aspects we'll be including in this program as well. We'll also have career growth and certification planning, where the program will include a professional branding and career planning session to help mentees transition into the BA field. We'll also have guidance on certification and BA career pathways. Okay. Riet, do you want to tell us about the competition?
Yes, so for those who are listening, fastest fingers first to win a ticket for you and a friend to the mentoring program. So whoever answers this question the quickest will win. Where will the BA Symposium be held this year? And go.
There you have it. Where will the BA Symposium be held this year? Fastest fingers to it. While we're having that, Mo, any last words for our mentees, mentors?
I think, I mean, I've said a lot, but I think just be proactive. I think if you want to do something, go out there, be proactive. Don't wait for a mentor to come to you. Actively seek it by engaging with professionals. Don't be shy to have a chat with the COO. They're human beings at the end of the day. You'll find that people are scared to approach COO, CIOs, or whoever you want to aspire to. Just approach them. And make sure that when you're approaching a mentor, be prepared, like Rita said. Be prepared. Go in with a mindset, with a growth mindset, and know what you want to do, because I've been in situations where a mentee will come in and say, I want to grow, but it's just I want to grow. And then I was like, okay, now what do we do? What do you want to grow? Do you want to get big? Do you want to get small? Do you want to, you know what I mean? So go in with do some research. Like I think AB mentioned, research is very important, and have conversations. You'll find that there's a lot of people around you. So yeah, don't wait for mentorship to come to you.
Okay. It looks like we have a winner.
Indeed, we do. Did you? So, congratulations, Sipho Mchali. We will be getting in touch with you for you and a friend to join us on the 8th of March.
Okay, fantastic.
Sipho,
Thank you so much. It's your mentorship mode. It's your mentorship.
You brought your mojo tonight.
Yeah, no magic.
No magic.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Rieta. Thank you, Mo. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and insight and expertise.
Thank you for having me. It was totally enjoyable. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you for our listeners for joining in and listening. Until next time, have a nice one.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay connected with us and keep the conversation going. Follow us on social media for the latest updates, news, and more opportunities to connect. Or visit our website at www.theBALab.com to explore more resources, register as a member, and engage with like-minded individuals in our growing community. Thank you for joining us for the Power Connect webinar. We hope you found this session insightful. Until next time, keep powering your connections, and thank you for being part of our community.